wish I knew that it was the last time I will see you again.
In the summer season, Madison wanted to go where she and her beloved best friend, Kennedy, last bonded together. She was shocked about the news that her best friend passed away. Madison did not know what caused her sudden death. While the radio in her car plays a song about a friend, she whispered to the air,
Indeed, thank you for being my best friend. I owe you a lot.
Madison said. She had been visiting Tinago Falls since Kennedy's death anniversary. She wanted to pay respect. While Madison was on her way to the falls, she took out some pictures of them together, smiling and having fun, just enjoying the moment. She really misses the time when she and Kennedy were always together wherever they go. She remembers when Kennedy would wait for her for them to go home together. Kennedy always brings food for Madison as a way of appreciating her. Madison always invites Kennedy to her parties because Madison is a popular girl. It is normal for a popular girl to have parties all the time. Even though Kennedy is not comfortable attending her parties, she still accepts the request of Madison. Kennedy was the type of girl that wanted to be with her best friend alone. She doesn't want to socialize with other people who she does not trust. She is also insecure with her face, head, body, and especially her name since people found out that her name means Misshapen Head, which they can see on Kennedy. Madison did not know about this since she was a very sociable person that she did not know anything personal about Kennedy. As Madison reminisces about Kennedy, her tears fall down and she can't control them. She regrets that she will never be spending time with her true best friend. Madison is making some stories in her head that what if a spirit took Kennedy from them because they violated a superstition, or Kennedy was bewitched by a spirit in the forest. While Madison was looking at the photos of them, she saw a shadow of a girl in the picture. Madison was very shocked and she did not know what to do. She was also alone in the forest, and seeing the shadow in the picture makes her extra careful with her surroundings. While still in shock, she immediately gets her phone and searches for the background story of Tinago Falls, and she finds out the story behind it.
100 years ago, there was a king and queen who were conceited and selfish towards their people. There is an enchantress who disguised herself as a beggar to ask for help from the king and queen. Unfortunately, they rejected her and put her into exile. At that time, the queen was pregnant, so the enchantress put a curse onto their child to become ugly, like their attitudes. When their child was born, they hid it in a cave in the forest to avoid humiliation because of the face of their daughter. They named the baby Tin Ag, meaning the hidden face. Growing up, Tin Ag never experienced the outside scenery because she was hidden in the cave. One day, she went out to the cave and got mesmerized by the beautiful environment in their city. While exploring, she met the enchantress who cursed her and her parents. The enchantress showed pity to the child and offered her to be beautiful. Enthusiastically, Tin Ag accepts the offer no matter what the consequence is. The enchantress granted Tin Ag's wish and made her a majestic and wonderful waterfall that when everyone sees it, they are swayed by the enchanting beauty of the falls. After knowing the story of the Tinago Falls, she heard a soft voice. She was overwhelmed with terror very soon. Madison is terrified because of the voice she clearly heard, which she believes is that of her late friend. No, that cannot be. She died a year ago in an accident in this very own waterfall. She's standing on the very spot where her friend committed suicide. The atmosphere got ominous as the sun left the sky which was taken over by a blue moon, illuminating a quivering trail over the falls. It turned the river's gentle waves and wispy clouds a fiery cerulean. Madison stands up and plans to leave this place when suddenly a cold hand reaches out to her. Shivering from the touch, she looks back and realizes it was her friend wearing the same shirt she gave before the tragedy happened. But instead of being scared this time, she saw the tears flow down to the sunken eyes of her friend, Kennedy. The wave of sadness poured through her heart. It's been a year. She hugged her tightly and felt the bittersweet warmth that she was longing for. Madison sensed it the minute their bodies collided. She can see everything: pain, anger, hatred. They all assumed she was happy, enjoying the life they desired. But it was all an illusion, a mere shadow that covered all her insecurities, since she was a child when her parents ignored her and kept her away in their house to hide the truth that they had an unattractive child. The hazy image of a world she had no idea existed, since all she had known was comfort. A world where she is the sun, shining brightly on the sky, and her friend is the moon, full of dents and bumps that glows through her brightness. And without her, she is just a useless lump of rock.
Everyone knows they were a happy couple of friends that supported one another, but what they didn't realize was the smile plastered on Kennedy's face was an illusion created to fit in.
Why do I have to continually hide from everyone? Is being a shadow the only thing that gives me purpose? To be hidden to all?
Kennedy wondered. Everything became apparent as the blurry vision changed to a perspective of a person falling from a great height, a splash from where Kennedy had fallen and stillness to soothe the harsh noises within her mind. The silence she craved, the soothing lullaby that cradled her soul. She has fled the living horror and the worries that have been plaguing her. Those are her thoughts as her eyes progressively close to the wide abyss of water at the depth where light begins to vanish. Kennedy awoke to see her body clear and running into the river as an image of a lady goes up to her and tightly hugs her, becoming one. That was Tinag, the girl who had been shunned by her own family. Although she was already a spirit after she was pulled out of the water with her deceased body at the bottom of the Tinago Falls. She had long heard about the legend of Tinago Falls. Lady Tinag was the daughter of the Sultan Agok and his wife, who were the rulers of the land where Tinago Falls is located.
Lady Tinag, how did you find me, and why did you help me? Kennedy asked. Kennedy did not notice that she was no longer a human anymore. She was now a spirit. I saved you because I know that your life was in danger and difficult for you to handle. I am here to offer you a better life, to forget all your pains and insecurities. I wanted you to become one with me. We will give people the healing and life they deserve. And you as well. Tinag said, I would gladly accept that offer, Lady Tinag. Kennedy answered, Madison just only understands what happened to Kennedy. Kennedy, I sincerely apologize for what happened to you. I didn't know that you experienced those kinds of struggles when you were alive. I have been busy socializing with other people, and I never thought about your emotions. Madison said, Do not worry, that is fine. I do not want to blame you since it is not your fault after all. I am fine and healed today. You can see me anytime you go here. I promise, I will always be here, Kennedy said with a soft voice. Indeed, Kennedy experienced healing and appreciation. They help other spirits to not regret their life not being appreciated by others. Instead, Kennedy and Tinag provide it for them. They united together to empower each other, and they made the people realize the importance of beauty in each individual, inside and outside, by making the Tinago Falls known for its comfort and healing for every lost soul.